Howdy, folks. Howdy, folks. How's everyone doing today? Wow, it is Friday, and we have Josh and Chastity coming up. I'm gonna give them a few seconds here to get back up here in front of the screen. But take your time if you're listening to me. But until they get here, I'm gonna go through the chat and talk about some stuff. That sound like a plan? Sounds like a plan. We got On. How's it going, On? Hi, all. 2:30 a.m. I understand. On's in Germany. Glad you're here. And just a little housekeeping here. If you have a question for Josh and Chastity, just put a Q in there. Put a Q. That way, a big capital Q. I can see that you have a question, and we'll get to that. I'm going to be putting stuff on the screen. Showing comments does not mean I'm not ignoring them. I'm not. They're on the screen. But if I'm talking, I don't want to say, hey, oh wait a minute, you know what I mean. So thank you. SCT sent me. Hey, good, Nick. Thanks for telling everybody about that, by the way. Special guest, Moonlight visitor. That's right. Thanks for telling everybody. We appreciate that. Blaine, sir, hope you're feeling well. Ms. Ajuma, hope you're doing well. Absolutely. Look here. Everybody's saying hi to each other. And just give you a heads up, about 20 more seconds. I'll be clicking them up here. So I wrote that's good one day. That's right, Blaine. That's right. Hey, man. All right. We got Kenneth here. How's it going, Kenneth? On live Facebook both channels. All right, that's good to go. Danny said Danny's such the super supporter. That's for sure. All these folks are. Shady Hill, how's it going? Welcome in. The Source, how's it going, buddy? I'm looking forward to Helen. See you and your family there. And who in the world is that? And a little bit of German too. Hallo, wie geht es dir? And with that being said, hey Ryan. With that being said, on the count of 3, 3, 2, 1.
Hallo!
Oh, wie geht es dir? Ich wollte ein Spaghetti Eis bitte. Ich passen. Ja?
Yeah.
Just say yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, how in the world are y'all doing today?
Finer than frog hair split 6 ways.
That's pretty fun.
Yeah. I mean, just got back from a long trip. Chastity had a nice hamburger and hot dog dinner. Actually, a knockwurst. We'll call them knockwursts.
Knockwurst, yeah.
Knockwurst.
Well, you're allowed to eat red meat once a week, so we do that on like Friday or Saturday. So.
And I did not have brisket at the barbecue shack yesterday.
No.
Wow.
Do you start a new diet or something, or?
I've needed to be on a better one because I have non-fatty liver disease for I don't know how long.
That.
Yeah,
I remember
I'm just not behaving.
Right. I understand that. I started the carnivore diet back in October, 2 days after my cruise. In fact, I got a video about it coming out tomorrow on my other channel, whatever floats my boat with the channel. So, but I'm not here to talk about me. I'm here to talk about y'all.
I'm sharing you out, so that's why I'm heads down. I'm not.
Hey, well, I appreciate it. Hey, Keisha. Gonna fix a double big get in my face when you that was on Friday. Oh, hey, that's awesome, Keisha. I appreciate that. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Well, I am glad that y'all are here. I've been looking forward to this and everything. And, I wrote down questions and they're on my mind. I didn't want to miss these, but, I'm not really going to go by what I have. I was using that as a guide. But I got one question I want to ask you that I don't know. And maybe people know, folks know, so maybe they don't. Where did y'all meet? How did you meet?
We met in
second grade.
Yeah, second grade.
Second grade. Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spring Place Elementary School.
Maybe first grade. I don't know. But yeah. We didn't start dating until 10th grade, but
we really didn't talk much. I mean, we had a different set of friend groups. She was a goody girl and I was not always the most well-behaved. She straightened me out. So
yeah, I was not a big fan of him actually in 8th grade.
Oh yeah.
Him and his buddy did this Beavis and Butthead thing, and
I thought I heard some Beavis and Butthead coming up.
Like me and all my friends hated it, so I was not a fan of him.
I did date one or two of your friends though. They hated it so much.
Yeah, I don't care.
I mean, it was middle school. So.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's awesome. Well, when did you start dating?
10th grade.
Summer of 10th grade.
Yeah.
Summer 10th. Oh, okay. So 10th grade. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So been around ever since, huh?
Yep.
Yeah, she can't get rid of me. She's tried a few times. She can't. I'm like a disease.
Yeah, she keeps coming back.
Fungus, gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Well, hey, again, I just want to remind the housekeeping. We've got some more people coming in. If you have a question, if you don't mind, just put a big Q in there, and that will alert me. Hey, there's a question out there, and so we can keep the flow of it going. Now, I do want to say something about how I first met you. When I first saw you, when I saw you, okay. Now, I'm just here. It is. This is probably about 9 months ago, maybe 10 months ago. Okay. There's been this crazy thing. Who in the world is Firebird? Firebird Gunner and all this stuff. And all I saw in the chats is he is a troll.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, I don't know trolls on my channel. Every time I saw him, I'm like, man, get away from me. I don't want nothing to do with you. So I'm sitting there, for probably about 2 months. I'm like, what in the world? Then all of a sudden I saw you up on someone's live stream. I'm like, oh, it's a joke. Okay, that makes sense. Then I was like, well, hey, it's me. So, anyways, the first 2 months, I thought you were just,
That's how we wanted it. Like, we wanted everybody to think this is some random guy.
It worked. It worked.
Yeah.
Again, it's
We
one of
kept it going
those
for a while.
things we can't get rid of. He's upstairs.
It worked very well. And when I realized that, somebody told me, so okay, this is what happened. I had a character. I actually have 2 characters, which I only revealed one. Okay, one was a guy named Melon. Okay, I put Melon out there, and then someone would say, "Oh, you and Josh ought to get together." I'm like, "Who's this Josh guy?" And then literally the same day, that's when it all clicked. I'm like, "Oh." Not only one person, like 4 or 5 people said, "Oh, you and Josh got to get together." And I'm like, I'm not getting to get no troll. Can't even talk. But anyways,
yeah,
tell us about your. Oh, go ahead.
Moonlight universe has grown. I mean, we got a lot
we
of
got John Bourbon.
Yeah.
Peggy Sue.
That's right. Oh yeah, that's right. Peggy Sue. I got that written down too. So
It's like the island of misfit toys around here.
How did Peggy Sue come about? Peggy.
I really don't know. We come up. Well, he usually comes up with these great ideas, and I'm usually like, nope. Or I'll say, okay, yeah, we could do that. Because some of them are like, no.
This really, we're really pretty proud of the Gunner Wayne stuff because it was a think tank between our families. And maybe that says something about the psychology of our family that out of this think tank, this redneck superstar comes out. But yeah, we talked with our boys and we, kind of workshop names and
names, how he should act, what he should drink, what he should wear, like a lot of things. And so our boys pretty much came up with the character, really, and the name.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan, I love y'all's characters. I do. Y'all are hilarious, especially that one when you did the 1,000. Hey Peggy, come in here. I was dying on this end here, and I hope you keep that up. I really do. That's going to be. I can't wait to see future episodes in that. Gunner Wayne. Well, I do want to thank you for your military service, serving the United States Army.
Same for you, but no amount of military service can overcome the fact that you're a Gator fan. So,
oh my goodness, let's pray. Dear Lord, please give us.
Somebody's got to pull for them.
Oh, right.
Now, interesting story though. Your head coach used to be my quarterback in high school.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, I played for his dad.
I think we were texting back where it said that.
Yeah,
that's awesome. So. Do you know Billy pretty well, or?
Yeah, him and his roommate took a lot of my money in football camps playing poker. So, yeah,
really
knocked me out once. Not in a fight. Just I was a young 130-pound cornerback starting varsity, and I decided that I was going to go up against this grown man junior that weighs 225 and 6'2", like I normally do. And I was like, well, he's big, so I'll go low. And which I should have went low, but he knocked me out with his knee into my helmet. That's when I learned that this is different. I'm playing with men now.
So, wow. No worries, Dan. Wow. So now, where'd you go to high school?
Murray County High School in Chatsworth, Georgia. So we're familiar with that Helen, Georgia part of the world. So we grew up all over northwest, northeast Georgia. Her family, she's got a lot of family from the Jasper and Ellijay area scattered all around in there. Mine are from more of the Carpet Capital way over in Dalton. But yeah.
That's awesome. Now, how far are you from Perry? Because I'm right here at Robbins. I live about 8 miles from the museum.
Probably 2.5 hours or so.
Yeah, because we're about an hour and 10, 15, take a few minutes from Atlanta. Well, 20 years ago when we left there, that's how far away we were, or 23 years ago. Now it probably takes you 2 hours to navigate that traffic, but back then,
yeah,
traffic is growing. It's growing per se.
Yeah, the city's growing. The Atlanta metro is they've almost become their own state. And most on the outskirts of Georgia would probably prefer that the Atlanta area would become its own state.
It's growing. There's no doubt about it. Now, are y'all familiar with the Helen meetup coming up?
We are. I'll tell you, March is nuts for us. We've had everybody and their brother want us to do something, and the Helen meetup was one of the things that we really were kind of focused on going and doing. But now we still don't have a solid date, but we know that Dylan, our oldest, will be coming back from Korea either the 3rd or 4th week of March. We have a cruise.
Should be the 4th week.
Yeah.
He won't know until the week before he leaves.
Yeah.
So we can't really make a plan on that. So it could be the beginning of April.
I have a work trip that I'm going to vlog about and talk about when I get back. We'll just say that.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then, beginning of March, we are finally going to set sail on the sailing that we were supposed to go on in January, and then February, and now March.
Oh boy, you mean things happen in life, and you got to change stuff? What
happens? This one's actually we canceled. When were we supposed to go? It was supposed to be for October.
Oh yeah,
we canceled that. Yeah. Rescheduled for October or for January, and now, this is the 3rd time.
Yep.
Maybe we'll make it.
maybe we'll. But we really want to get back to Helen. I haven't been there in a long time. I was probably, last time I was in Helen, 13, 14 years old.
Yeah.
So it's changed a lot. I'm not much. We're not much older than that now. Just a few years older than that. But
don't worry, I'm not going to ask.
We have 2 grown kids, so
but that don't. That still don't mean anything because we were both born at very young ages.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we have a soon-to-be 14-year-old. Pray for me. And that's my daughter. My son's going to be 13 in September. Again, pray for me. I'm gonna need it. That's for sure. But I love it. I love being a daddy.
Yeah.
We were told we couldn't have kids, and then boom, psych. I was like, all right, okay, I'm good with 2. I'm good. I love my children very, very, very much. And by the way, I want to thank your son for his service as well. Served over in Korea, and that's a lot, especially for the soldier and the parents and the family. And I know it is. So Mama, thank you for your service too.
He's been over there 10 months, and the last couple of weeks have been pretty hard on him. A couple of his best friends have gotten orders to go back home, and so he's a lot of he's one of those tweeners. So he's a millennial, but he's an old soul. But he's older than but he's also older than some of the new soldiers coming in. So like a lot of new soldiers have came in, and he's part of the older cadre, and it's just like he doesn't have anything in common with them, and he's just really, really, he's fine through the week, and then on the weekends when there's nothing to do and it's snowy and cold, and
Plus, he's married and he has a 2-year-old, so he's missing out, and he's just ready to get back. And
so keep him in your prayers.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. I appreciate those men and women who serve, and again the families too, because they're serving too. So Chastity, what do you do if you like to share?
Did you say Chastity?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back.
Nothing going on here in this ear, so.
Well, I have always been a stay-at-home mom since the boys were little, because he was active duty, deployed. So I'm just a stay-at-home mom. Then, I just kept doing that even when they're like in school. And now our oldest son started doing like DoorDash and Instacart and stuff. So he told me about it. So I was like, I'm going to go try it. I want to try it.
Right.
And I love it. I do Instacart and love it. So I do that, for our fun money.
Hates buying our own groceries, but loves buying everyone else's.
For else. Yeah. I heard bits and pieces of Instacart. I didn't even know what Instacart was.
I didn't either until he called us like a year ago and told us what it was. I was like, well,
we love it because it's such an American hustle. I mean, you can literally make as much money. Well, I don't want to say as much money as you want to. You can make as much money as is out there at a given time. It just depends on how hard you want to work for it.
Yeah, that's what I like about it. I can go work if I want to, and if I don't want to, I don't have to. We can go work on the weekends.
Yeah,
we don't have to.
And the better job you do, the more tip you get. So it's.
Yeah, so I've always stayed home, done whatever, but now I kind of do that, and I'm addicted to it. I don't know why.
Well, you were a liquor wench for a little while too.
Yeah.
She was.
Go out and get it. Yeah. It's 2:00 or 1:30 in the morning. But that's cool. I do want to mention something. You mentioned, you said you're just a stay-at-home mom. I want to recognize the stay-at-home moms out there. You're not just a stay-at-home mom. That's a lot of work, and and all mothers. My mama's on here too. Hi, Mama. All mothers should be appreciated. So
it's interesting because I had the same conversation with our daughter-in-law just yesterday, and I told her, she was talking about going to work and this, that, and the other thing, and then how much daycare costs, and that was one of the things Chastity did for a little while when we were new in the military. Well, actually, even before that, she worked at daycares, but we started looking at it, and it's like, well, shoot, you're paying your entire salary pretty much for our kids to go to the daycare that you work at.
Right.
You could spend that time, actually teaching them, and both of our children, it's okay to brag on your kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, both our children they're stellar students. So, that's all her doing because I don't have the patience for it.
Wow. That's good. Well, a good job. That's for sure. But I'm going to make sure, mamas and daddies are awesome, especially working together. So definitely. So, Josh, tell us about your military service and what you're doing now, and the floor is yours.
So, spent 7 years, U.S. Army Aviation Special Operations, specifically 160th SOAR. Fort Campbell, Kentucky, that entire time, except for a little stint here or there of training. I don't know if Troy S. is in the room, but I am airborne all the way. Hua, throw grenades, kill people, all that good stuff. No, we're not killing people. But, what makes the grass grow? Anyway. But yeah, so did that for 8 years. Four deployments, 3 to Iraq, 1 to Afghanistan. I was over there for a very special date that let's see, how many more years now? Wow, it's getting close. So in like 3-4 more years, I can actually talk about, and I can't wait to talk about that. Special date in December. So then I was at Fort Rucker. I was actually there for flight school. And
Dothan.
Yep, Dothan, Alabama. We actually lived in we lived on post. We spent most of our time in Delville. We really enjoyed Delville. But
yeah, we loved it there.
Yeah, but
like everywhere, everything about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's a place I'd go live. To be honest with you, a lot of people don't see it that way. But anyway, that's not the point of the story. I started having some medical issues, and at the time, traumatic brain injury and PTSD was all the rage. And when the docs would see guys that were having issues, they immediately, that's where they went. Has to be TBI, has to be PTSD. So I was falling out in formation and shaking on the ground and then coming to, and
oh man,
they thought I was having like anxiety induced syncope, and they were treating me for PTSD. So anyway, they obviously, when you're doing that kind of thing, you can't fly helicopters. They tried to reclass me, but in the middle of doing some of that stuff, I continued to have more issues. So they sent me to Fort Campbell, back to, my losing unit that, they welcomed me back with open arms. Our flight surgeon started looking, and he's like, man, I'm going to send you to a neurologist. And Chastity and I are both like, well, that doesn't sound good,
What's going on?
Yeah. And he's like, I immediately because they had me on high doses of antidepressants and anxiety medication. And he looked at the doses, and he's like, yeah. He's like, this is probably making things worse and not helping, because I think you may have epilepsy. So, they did EEGs and a number of different tests. They made sure it wasn't my heart. I went through all kinds of heart tests and stuff. And long story short, epilepsy, medically retired from the military, which was not easy. I did not want to leave. I wanted to retire. My first sergeant sat me down because a couple of my soldiers that I had taken to the board were getting promoted over me. We had moved to the rank on the chest where you could take it off, the Velcro stuff. He took his rank off. He said, look, I'm not your first sergeant. I'm Mark. And I want you to know that, you're a good soldier, and I appreciate what you're doing, but you need to take care of your family and get out. And I said, I don't know that I'll have a job. He said, just do what I'm telling you and you'll have a job. Promise me you'll have a job. So I put in the paperwork, got out. Sure enough, left the military on September 28th. And then on October 1st, I started my career as a civilian for the same unit and started doing instructional systems development and platform instruction. From there, started doing systems integration on helicopters, and now a program manager for acquisition and new systems development, all within the same unit that I served in. So 23 total years of service to the 160th. So,
well, that's awesome. That is really, really cool. And it started out with an outstanding NCO, an outstanding top, take care of his soldiers. That's big. You have a good NCO, good first sergeant, sergeant major. Taking care of their family, which is the soldier, male or female.
My battalion sergeant major, my battalion commander,
Hey, run away.
My regimental sergeant major, and the first sergeant I just mentioned, they've all been retired over 10 years and still check on me to this day. I mean, it's, I mean, just, you don't find leadership like that everywhere. We say all the time, Romans 8:28 is our verse. And I mean, you can just see, even when it's looked like it's dark, he's put us where we need to be, and
that's right.
And thankful. And
amen. That's right. And
from nothing, and it's not like we've got anything great, but we're definitely punching outside of our weight class with regard to how our lives have ended up. So,
wow. Well, it's a blessing. It is. It is. And that goes right in. I'll go on and mention here Romans 11:36. That's my favorites. One of my favorites. Mm-hmm. But God looks out for us, without a doubt, and it's definitely a blessing.
Yep.
Wow, that's cool. So do you have some of the same people that you started out with even now after all these years?
Yeah. So some of the guys that work up and down my hallway, they do. And then some of the guys at Fort Campbell, like it's funny now because some of my soldiers are all senior enlisted. Some of them are warrant officers. One of them I work directly with. And sometimes when we get in disputes, I have to like, hey, Bruce, look, I knew you in your PFC. I trained you. You got to trust me on this,
Right.
It's kind of cool, but
yeah, that's awesome. We got to love our jobs, right? Love jobs.
I still, that's what keeps me going, is knowing that the things that I do directly support the warfighter and, taking care of the nation's business. So
and still doing it.
Yeah, it's one of those things I wouldn't trust anybody else with it, and it's hard for me to walk away from. So,
yeah. What's your favorite bird? What's your favorite chopper?
For me, it was the Black Hawk. So I worked on Black Hawks, AH and MH6s, and Chinooks. But the Black Hawk, specifically the LDAP, which is not in service anymore, but that was my favorite. So
those came out in the early '80s, right? The one you just mentioned.
Yeah, well, the UH-60 Alphas, they came out late '80s, and then but the modifications that the regiment made to them, those, so the Lima model, that was probably mid '90s, and then we hung gunnery on it. It was an aircraft that was never supposed to have gunnery on it, and now it rivals the Apache in what it can do.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I flew I had a chance to fly in the Huey once, and the Black Hawk 3 times in my time. So I really enjoyed it, and I've always wanted to fly in a Chinook. Never had a chance to. My cousin did. He was a crew chief on it, and had another friend of mine too. He was on Chinooks, but been in them, walked around, looked around, took pictures, but never had a chance to actually fly on one.
I've spent enough time on them that if I never fly on another one, I'll be okay.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, my back tells me every day that there's no need in getting on anything like that. They actually put us on a Mil-Air aircraft to go to one of our meetings. They piled us all onto a C-27, and everybody was so excited. Oh, we're flying, and I'm just like, I don't want to do this. This is stupid. Why are we doing it? And I get on, and everybody's geeking out over the thing, and I just sit back and go to sleep. Like, I hate this. I hate it. It's loud. It's cold. I don't have to do this. But I guess for the civilians that don't get to see, it's good for them to touch, feel, smell what they're supporting. So,
oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Your favorite plane is the Blackbird. Is that or one of them? And
I do like the Blackbird, but as an airborne paratrooper, probably my favorite fixed wing airframe would be the C-130.
I love the C-130.
Yeah.
I also down the strip.
EC-130, the Spectre gunship. That's a bad boy.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
that is. Of course, I live right near Robins Air Force Base, and I see them all the time here. Them C-5s, 17s, all that good stuff, an array of other stuff. I won't tell you how many's there. Well, I'll tell you, but I won't tell the world. But F-35s, all that stuff. But anyway, a lot of stuff. And my son and I, it's a father, daddy son. My daughter don't care anything about it. I mean, she's like, oh, okay, whatever. But we'll go sit at the edge of the runway and watch planes.
Oh yeah.
Go and we'll sit there, whoa, and I'm a big kid right here. Whoa, that's cool. Of course, I'm not doing this because you don't want to do that on the base, But of course, a lot of J stars there, which are phasing out, by the way. I think there's, I can't tell you the number. What am I doing? But I enjoy that stuff. But there's a whole, the depot here. It's a depot. This is where it comes in for maintenance, for refishing engines, motors, whatever, painting and all that good stuff.
Test equipment.
Yes.
Expendable dispensers.
Expendable. There you go.
I have contracts there that I manage. That's how.
So wow.
Yeah, I mean, I thought So before we got to know you and before we got to know the YouTube crew and everything, I was at Warner Robins probably at least 3 times a year, probably.
Oh yeah.
Now that my position has changed, I don't get to go as often. The guys that work for me do. And then I didn't realize, so I was down there for something back in the summer, and I went live at Buc-ee's, and you're like, "Hey, why didn't you come see me?" I didn't know that's where you're.
8 minutes. I live 8 minutes to Buc-ee's.
I had no idea, and I know there's a couple others that live fairly close there too. I know Greg is, an hour away or something like that.
Right. Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people I get a phone call. Hey, we're just pulling into Macon. We're gonna go to Buc-ee's. All right, I'm heading up. If y'all ever in that area, or anybody else, just let me know. I love
when we go to Disney, we normally we used to stop at Warner Robins and stay in the I can't remember the name of the on post housing there or hotel. It's like Red Oak Inn or something like that. Yeah, the BOQs.
Yep. We stayed there before we moved here. We moved from Florida almost 3 years ago. We stayed there while we were searching for a place and all that stuff and everything. Probably, there's several buildings everywhere, but very
really nice BOQs. Really nice.
Yes, definitely. My kids enjoy the base pool and all that stuff. All the freedom. We had a pool in Florida, but we thought about putting one here. But right now, I'm like, we got one right here on base. What can I do? But anyways, so Chastity, do you have a love for aviation as well? Being a
not really. I just kind of let him do his thing and I do mine.
It was she has some military experience that she's not sharing with you right now.
Really?
No.
And she's flown on a helicopter before.
Not nice.
What are you talking about?
Your ROTC.
Oh yeah.
Well, hey,
she was actually in charge of me, and
I was in the ROTC program in high school, but
she went to an ROTC camp and got to.
Yeah, it was like a 3-week.
And Josh was like,
and it was so hard. Like, oh my gosh! After that, I knew I cannot join the military. I hated those 3 weeks.
Oh my!
She got to climb around on some of the aircraft, but the spouses are fortunate now. They get to do things and take flights and stuff like that, but they closed all that stuff off back when we were there. The regiment grown.
Well, we got to do. I mean, we took the boys a lot. Like they had these little flight simulator things that we got to do all that. But I just never. I was more like trying to show the boys, show our kids. You know what? Let's do this, and I didn't really. Like, I just want them to have fun. I don't really.
What chopper did you fly on, though? Oh, by the way, Captain says you are a supermodel.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hey, Billy J's a feet pick model.
Yeah.
I plead the fifth. So I'm going to ask you individual. What are I'm going to start with Chastity. Okay. What is your favorite hobby? I'm going to ask each one that, and then what are your favorite hobbies together, by yourself and then together? So I'll start with you, Chastity.
Let's see.
That's right, Blaine.
I really don't. Let's see. I really don't have a hobby. I really don't have like a hobby that I just like to do. I guess if I could go do anything, it would just be shopping. But I don't have a hobby really, other than.
Well, you're in the right job.
Yeah. But
How does that work? Do they pay you ahead of time, or do you just go ahead and put the bill and then bring it to them? And what's kind of cool about it is you. So I'll let you explain here.
Yeah, like it tells you how much you're going to make. If you do this order, you're going to make this much.
Yeah.
So and it tells the tip and all, and they can increase the tip. But yeah, it's really like really good money. I usually make about like $1,000 a week, and that's just playing around. Yeah. And I just go, well, he's at work, or like we might go a little bit on Saturday morning or whatever. Like it's
So
really
if
good
anyone
money.
in the sound of my voice in the Warner Robins area, you need some pizza, you need whatever, just let me know. All right, $1,000 a week. Just let me know, folks. I'll be right there.
So we have a second channel that we're gonna. We had one for a little while on Instacart, and then we kind of like we just started focusing on this channel, and but now we're thinking about going back to it. But InstaCoach is the name of the channel. And I mean, we have formulas that we apply to the batches, and we know like per item and per mile, we need to make X amount of dollars to come out ahead, and it works.
Yeah.
So, what is the name of that channel?
InstaCoach.
InstaCoach?
InstaCoach. Yep.
And it hasn't been launched yet?
Yeah. I mean, I've already changed the name and everything on it, but I put a short on there the other day, a little quick tip.
Yeah, there's nothing really on it yet.
Yeah.
If one of the moderators could put that link in the chat, that would be wunderbar. That'd be wonderful. Absolutely. All right. Yeah, so, Josh, what about you? What's your favorite hobby?
Probably kayak fishing. I've probably spent more money on kayak fishing than.
That's probably why I don't have a hobby, because I go all in on everything I do. Right. And I get burnt out really quick. So like fishing was my hobby for like a year during COVID. I wanted to go every day.
Cool,
let's wake up, go fishing. We take the boat out, we take kayaks out, whatever, and then I'm done. Like, hey, I don't want to do it anymore. That's why I don't have hobbies, because I don't stick with anything very long.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you tried it. That's the thing.
We went every day.
She can tie hooks. She can spool up her own reels. She can.
But now I don't want to do it anymore.
She won't take eels off.
Oh,
but
no.
Everything else she'll take off.
Well, not a shark either.
Yeah, you would.
I would. Yeah.
I ain't messing with it either. I'll cut the line on that.
Yeah.
Right. I used to catch, being from Florida, I would go to the East Coast or West Coast, whichever, the weather's better,
yeah,
whatever. I used to catch a lot of sharks. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was something else. One time,
if you're going to catch sharks, I mean, they're there to feed on what you're trying to catch.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. I made a mistake fishing one time. Well, not fishing, but I came home and my son and I, he was probably about 6 or 7. And my wife's got a big thing. Don't clean fish in the house, clean it out of the house, bring it in, cook it, but don't clean it. Well, I was trying, every time I do something, I get caught. So I'm not doing nothing. I'm going to be good. All right. So I said, well, let's hurry up and clean the fish before Mama gets home. And I was so proud of that fish because we had a whole bunch of mackerel and all this stuff, but we're out in the Gulf of Mexico. And I'm like, come here, Billy, for Facebook. Like that, the whole mess and everything. And then I got a call from my wife immediately. What is that in my kitchen? Sorry, I just maybe thought.
I love Spanish mackerel, especially when just last week I took 4 smoked bluefish fillets and made some smoked fish dip.
They're so fun to fish for.
Yeah, the bluefish and mackerel. I don't know how we troll for them when we go out to try and catch Spanish macs.
Using shrimp?
No, actually using hard bait, a spoon. And you put it on a planer.
Yeah.
And you let it. Yeah, and you just do circles around the islands between where we go, on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge. You just circle, and it looks like schools of fish coming by, and they pop them. And you actually, where instead of when the rod is bent, you don't have anything. When the rod goes limp, that's when you do have fish.
That's right.
That's fishing like that.
Here's a little tidbit here. Look here. SCT Adventures. I had to work at the Rucker Commissary quite a bit at one time. That's a cool fact there.
Yeah. Spent a lot of time in the Rucker Commissary and a whole lot of time in the Rucker Class 6.
All right.
Now, more time in the commissary than the Class 6.
I do like their PX there. I like going there, but also like the Aviation Museum on Rucker too. Mm-hmm. That's an awesome place.
Yeah, we always took everyone, and there's 2 historic 160th airframes inside that. One from Somalia and another one, the last MH-60 Kilo that exists because they've all been taken and smashed. So,
Oh, really?
yeah, I believe it's 387 is the tail number.
Wow. That's not the observation one, is it?
No.
Because those are gone too.
Yeah. No, the Kilo is the assault version of the Black Hawk.
Gotcha.
From the
I
160.
saw that. Yes. Yes. But, wow. I didn't realize they were gone.
Yeah, they're done. The only thing we have now are our Mike model MH60s.
Wow, that's a pretty bird, though. That's a you see it coming across. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so your hobbies there. Okay, what are your hobbies together that you love to do together?
Well, pretty much everything we do together.
Yeah.
We don't we never do anything apart. So
videos,
like even
making videos,
even
cruising.
the fishing, like we always did that together. Like we never do anything apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't, I guess our hobbies are each other. I mean, we just.
That's good. That's a good hobby to have, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's always, it's just.
Yeah. So Josh is my hobby.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Oh.
Now, who comes up with most of the ideas? Is it both together, or did one of y'all? You might be in the I don't want to say in the shower. Might be sipping coffee, and you might, I have an idea. Who comes up with most of the ideas, or is it pretty much the same?
I come up with a lot of the vlog ideas, but the skits and stuff, and like the questions and all that kind of, like a lot of the more creative things that you see, they actually come out of Chastity.
I like I said, I absolutely love Peggy's. You come over that big old bushy blonde hair thing, and over there, Chastity or Peggy Sue, come in here. Come in.
Yeah.
I'm
so glad I don't have long, I'm glad I don't have that hair. It's so hot.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. She runs the TikTok channel. I make the TikToks, but she does the posting.
Yeah.
That's cool. Got a question coming in for you, Josh. Have you had any dealings with the ATEC and Operational Test Command?
Yeah, I'm assuming he's talking about the folks down in Huntsville, and yes, unfortunately, deal with them quite a bit. PEO IEWS, PEO Rotary Wing, PEO Utility, all of those guys. I deal with them. I deal with RTC proper and AFTD. If those ring a bell, Will.
That's awesome. Now, see, I was artillery. I was field artillery. I was the self-propel 109s, 155s.
Yeah.
And that's what I felt. I broke my back in Germany, of all places. I was paralyzed 3 months and 27 days, told never walk again. But absolutely loved that gun. I was set. Again, I don't want to be about me. This is about y'all. But I was set to go to airborne school. My first art had it all set up. My packet ready. As well as my air assault school. We were going to do it all at once, back to back, in January, and 5 April. That's when everything changed. You can't be jumping out of airplanes or air assault with a broken back.
Nope.
But that was rough. Hey Nick, East Lübeck Deutschland. Yeah, Nick is in Germany right now for the very first time. We'll be heading back. He went to Germany, then he went to the Netherlands, so he's back. We're going back to Germany, and then he's going to Ireland. So glad you're here, Nick. Keep on eating spaghetti ice and all that good food there. Absolutely. Speaking of Germany, folks, I want to go ahead. I don't know if you saw the video I put out, not today, but last week. I put out I have a project that I'm working on. Okay. I'm asking folks out there to make a video of them 2 minutes or less of 3 places that you would like to go see in Germany, that you'd like to visit in Germany. And if you're a couple, that means 3 each. So everybody out there, and y'all too, Josh Chasidy, if you don't mind, I don't mean to put you on the spot. If you get a chance to, if not, I understand. But if you get a chance to, that would be awesome. And what I'm doing, I'm putting all these videos together and making one video. Now the deadline I have is 1 May. Okay, 1 May is the deadline, and it'll be out sometime the video should be out in maybe the third week of May, beginning of June, something like that. I can't give a definite time right now, but I've been getting videos rolling in. I got like 9 of them already, and they're funny. Some they're great. And so folks out there in the chat, feel free to send them in. You can send it to me by Messenger, Facebook Messenger, or at my email address, which is magnificentgermany with Darren at gmail.com, and that'd be awesome. Now, speaking of that, all right, Josh Chasidy, I asked y'all to come up with 3 places each. If you were going to Germany June 1st, okay, where would you like to go to Germany and why?
Well, we actually picked the same 2 or we picked 2 of the same ones. So
yeah, the first 2 that we picked the same. We picked dadgummit, Munich.
I've been there. Dadgummit. Yeah, I've been there.
Dadgummit. No, we picked Munich.
Okay.
And we picked Berlin together.
All right.
And
you come up with that. That's awesome.
I mean, just so Munich. Well, both of them, Munich and Berlin, just because of the history.
Right.
Is really, if I was going to go to Germany and have to, strategically hit some places, those 2 would definitely be on our list. But then I would want to take her where I had been in Germany. And every time I would go into Iraq or Afghanistan, I always stopped in Kaiserslautern. So I would take her to Kaiserslautern.
Good old K-Town.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
K-Town.
Yeah, I know. I'm very familiar. I was stationed in Schweinfurt, Germany. And then I was there as a dependent in a place called Gießen, Germany. There was an army depot there. That's retired army. And so a lot of time there. I tell you what, Munich is a beautiful city. And that's my go-to place every single time I go to Germany. I don't go to Germany while I go into Munich. Okay. Berlin, I go about every other trip.
Yeah.
I love Berlin too. But there's some, and I love it for what Berlin is and what each city is. But Berlin, I feel like I'm at home. It's a 45-minute car ride from my favorite place on earth, which is Garmisch, Germany. You're right there in the Alps, the top of Germany. You can see 5 different countries from one spot. You don't see any. You just see the Alps. Oh, there's a Swiss Alps. There's Italian Alps. There's a French Alps. Oh, and so forth. Austrian Alps, and it's just really, really, really cool. So Munich's got a lot to offer. Anything in Munich that you would like to see?
No, so I mean, World War II, it really excites me. That's what I like. World War II history.
Sure.
And I actually I went to Lithuania for 14 days on a work trip once, and I went over and I saw where a lot of the and I can't remember the name of the German Nazi groups that came through. I watched a video on it and I can't even remember but it starts with an E anyway. But it was where they honed their craft for genocide, essentially. And there's a place you can go over there in Lithuania, and you can see where all of it's stacks of shoes,
cool.
Stacks of this and stacks of that, and just personal effects of the folks that they had killed.
Oh yeah.
And then right after that, there's also a Cold War Russia part as well that's in remembrance, because the people of Lithuania have really had it rough with invading countries.
Yes. They have. No doubt about it. You mentioned Cold War. I was there in the 70s as a kid, and of course, when I was in the military myself, I actually pulled guard duty I was on the Czechoslovakian side. So I went into we call it Hollywood in Berlin. You're in the city and whatnot, but I was out there with a rusty barbed wire fence, and snow, 3:00 in the morning, with 3 rounds and a key to go get some more just in case something happens. Does that make sense? That is something. 3 rounds, and here's a key just in case.
Not going to stop the Ruskies with 3 rounds.
No.
But do you want me to say your?
Yeah, if you want to say the name of it.
So her different one, or her third one, was Ludwigsburg. And that's because that's where her grandfather served when he was over there. And I mentioned this, but before we went live. So a couple of interesting things about her grandfather. So we want Meg, and we'll make sure Grandma comes, and it'll be a family reunion.
Folks, just a reminder: I'm not ignoring you. I'm clicking, making sure it's addressing here while they talk. So when I do this, I'm waving at you. You know, if I don't do that, I'm seeing it. So sorry, Josh. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. But he served directly after the Korean War and got out right before the Vietnam War started. And then another interesting thing, he was in the unit, the 7 Steps to Hell, and he was actually there with Elva.
Really?
Yeah, which is her like 7th cousin or uncle or
cousin,
whatever.
7th cousin.
They didn't talk or anything, but we saw pictures that he took of. Yeah, she's so our father-in-law actually calls her the Sergeant Major. So yeah,
Wow. That's cool. Yeah, you mentioned that you like a lot of World War II history and stuff like that, and I've taken people primarily on World War II history trips too. I'm not a business at all. I don't want to be. I'm just a guy who loves to go to Germany and love to share what I like, what I love. You know, so when I say we're taking a group trip, I'm taking a group trip too. I'm paying my share of the rental van. You know, I'm paying my share of the gas.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and I just enjoy that. But we spent a week doing different battlefields, concentration camps. Even took a group over to Normandy to walk the beaches of Normandy. You know, and that's something I think every American should see.
Yeah.
You know, every Canadian should see. Everybody in the world should see what happened there on that day. You know, on D-Day. You know, I think that's very, very important. I think it's very important for everybody to know history, to recognize history, to study history, so we won't do it again. You know,
there's so many wrinkles in World War II as well, and I just finished watching the movie Narvik on Netflix, which was the first loss that Hitler experienced during World War II, and it was very, very early in the war. They tried to take over Norway, specifically Narvik, because that's where most of the iron ore stores were at. And
what stores?
Iron ore.
What's that?
They used it to back then. They were using it to make their ships and bombs and everything.
Okay, gotcha.
Iron ore. Yeah. Let me enunciate. It's hard to get out. But yeah, a small group of Norwegians and a small group of French, you know, took out the Nazi encampment that had taken over Narvik, and so it's a good movie. I'd recommend it.
Wow, I'd like to check it out. Just wrote it down there.
Yeah.
You know, speaking of history, and it's history, you know, thank God it's history. You know, I really don't like to mention it, you know, much, but it's important. But I take people say, I want to go see Dachau. It's a concentration camp. Yeah. It was the very first concentration camp. You know, they used it as a model and everything. So I was just thinking the other day, I've been there 14 times at a certain spot because I keep taking people there and whatnot. And no matter how many times that I go there, I still get that gut feeling. You know, I've been there all this time, but it doesn't change. You know, it's just something else. I've taken people where I warn them. You know, it's morbid. You know, they speak the truth. There's all kinds of artifacts everywhere. You're in the places where all this stuff happened. You know, some people are okay, but some people are not. You know, I had one lady literally pass out on me. Her husband was there, you know, but anyways, it was scary. So you got to be prepared when you go to these places too, because it'll hit you on the head, you know, before you realize it. Thanks, Meg.
This is probably the most well known, I guess, but I mean, Dachau, from what I understand, from what I've researched, was the most horrible conditions.
Yeah. It was very, very bad. Brookenville too. That was near Schweinfurt, about an hour and a half north of Schweinfurt, where I was. That's a bad one too. You know, they all were. They all were.
Well, that's one of the things that people don't know, and one of the things I learned when I was in Lithuania was the rolling gas chambers that they had and incinerators. You know, and the Germans had developed these cube vans that they had piped carbon monoxide back into the box part to kill the people. Then they would pull them out and burn them in the back of another mobile incinerator. And, you know, it's just the amount of evil that was unleashed on the world during that period of time is unbelievable.
Exactly. And it's just like today, you know, we just want to blame Russia for everything. Russia, Russia, Russia. Folks, it's not the people. Okay. I'm not getting political here, but it's the leadership. So, you know, I'm not happy what's going on in Russia and Ukraine. It needs to stop. I mean, I want it to stop now. But I hear people say, well, I can't stand Russians. Well, think about what you're saying. You know, it's not the Russians. It's the leadership. And I don't want to be political. Oh my goodness.
We forget that there are a lot of, I don't want to say people, there are a lot of ideological people that hate us too. So
yes.
And consider us evil because of our leaders. So
absolutely. Red leg, all proud red leg. That's right. Now, where I was getting at, same with Germany. You know, not everybody was a Nazi. Not everybody had that same thought pattern, but it was also a scare tactic too. If you don't follow us, you're going to be here. This was going to happen.
Yeah.
But anyways, spaghetti ice. let's get. Now you know what spaghetti ice is now. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Now I'm going to test you. Can both y'all, who you can talk at the same time, whatever. Can you tell me the ingredients of spaghetti ice?
I know there's strawberry.
Okay.
For the sauce, right?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, ice cream, or is it custard?
Ice cream. You're absolutely correct.
It has meatballs on it too, right?
Not in Germany.
That's just the Helen version.
In Helen, it does. In Helen, yeah, and any Americanized version would be. But
I want to try it. And I understand you can do homemade spaghetti ice.
Yes, sir, you can. In fact, I have a video on that. I got a whole playlist of spaghetti ice. But my wife and I and my kids, we did a video a couple years back. We just moved in the house we're at now. Anyway, so we did let's make a video of spaghetti ice. I couldn't get to Germany yet because it was the very beginning of the C word. I don't like saying the C word. And I said, we're going to make our own spaghetti ice. So we got some ice cream. I have the presser and everything, and it was fun to do that, and of course make the video and all that good stuff. Now I don't know if you knew about this or not, but I met the inventor of spaghetti ice.
Oh,
the guy who invented it in Germany. Now my name is Darren, Darion, right? Now get this. I was born in 1969. That's when spaghetti ice was born, in 1969. The inventor's name is Dario, Dario. I'm Darion. Okay, Fontanella. So that goes hand in hand. You know, Dario Fontanella, 1969. My birthday. You know, all that stuff, and then it was made in Mannheim, Germany. Well, I've always wanted to. My first time I ever had spaghetti ice, I was like 7 or 8 years old in Gießen, Germany. Long story. That's when I fell in love with spaghetti ice, and the story continues. The saga continues because I will never ever stop loving spaghetti ice. But enough of that. But on my trip to Germany, the one before last in June, I was there in June and September last year. I was there June, September, October. I went to Mannheim to meet some friends, fellow YouTubers, German YouTubers, and we had a good time and everything. But anyways, long story short, I wanted to seek out Mr. Fontanella, Dario Fontanella. So I found his ice cream shop. Come to find out, he has like 3 ice cream shops, ice cafes. That's ice for ice cream.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's pronounced ice. Is it ice? What? It's Eli. What are you talking about?
Spaghetti ice.
Yeah, that's very good, Josh. I'm proud of you. And, so long story short, okay, I make it to the place. There's a story how I got there, but we'll be here forever. Almighty. So we get there, and I'm sitting there, and I'm fine with if not meeting Dario, I knew he was there because the guy told me at the other shop that it was. But just being there where it was, I could say, hey, I've been here. Well, this little Italian guy came out and everything, and I said, hey, it was spaghetti ice and everything. I was playing to him. Is Mr. Fontanelli? He goes, yeah, but he's busy. I said, little busy. I said, oh, okay, don't bother him, don't bother him. And he goes, why? So I pulled out my card with my picture, my profile picture, eating spaghetti ice and everything. And I said, I'm eating spaghetti ice. I told him the story and everything. He goes, okay. He goes, but I'm sorry, busy. Well, he took off my card. He goes, I'll be back with your order. Took off with his card. Not 5 minutes later, I kid you not, I'm sitting there at my little table. I'm sitting there. Wow, I'm where Dario Fontanello, where it was a different, And here he comes walking out. This guy come walking out with a big old plate of spaghetti eyes. And I'm looking out. I said, man, that's spaghetti eyes. I'm not looking at the dude. I'm looking at the ice cream. I'm like, man, that's a big piece of spaghetti eyes. I wonder who that is. And he kept walking this way. And then here comes a little guy right next to him. I was like, wow. And he keeps walking towards me. I'm looking around like, there's no one behind me. I'm looking around, there's no one behind me. And here I turn around again. There he was. Hello. I'm like, hello. Like that. He goes, I made this for you. And he pulled out the car and everything. Yes. I said, I'm a fan. No, so glad to meet you and everything. He goes, oh, cool. I said, I have a YouTube channel. And the man himself pulled out his phone right there and subscribed to my channel.
That's awesome.
And that was really cool. So adventure of spaghetti ice. But sorry for the long story, but I shortened it. Trust me. Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead. We're at our hour. I don't want to step on anybody's toes that's out there. I could be on here another 5 hours, but I don't want to step on anyone's toes. They have live streams, and I don't want to take anybody away from there. But thank you so much for being on here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and let you go in just a second, and I'm going to finish at least finish the chat out, and then go from there. But thank you so much for being here. And I want to give you an opportunity. Is there anything you'd like to say, or like go Gators or something before we leave?
No, join us on Sunday. We're going to have Dustin and his girlfriend Riley at 8:00. And they're going to, 8:00 p.m. Eastern time. And it's going to be a Q&A with them as he's getting ready to ship off for Marine Corps boot camp on the 6th of February. So,
all right.
Yeah, bring your questions, and they've been asked. They're not embarrassed that we're YouTubers or anything like that. He's actually really proud of the fact, but they've never expressed a whole lot of interest in being a part, except for when we've asked them to. So
this will be his first time actually being on a live.
Yeah, they came to us and they're like, we'd kind of like to, if you think people would ask us questions. So come ready with your questions tomorrow. They can be embarrassing questions. It's fine.
Yeah.
And it's Sunday at 8 p.m. right?
Yeah, Sunday at 8. Sunday at 8.
Yeah, okay, that's okay. And now, and just to be clear, it's going to be on the Moonlight Adventures channel.
Moonlight Adventures, yep.
Okay. Well, that is awesome. All right. Well, folks, I'm going to stay and finish the chat, but thank y'all very much for being here.
Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure. Y'all are welcome anytime. And if you're in this area, both of y'all, stop and let me know, man. I'll cook you something.
We will.
Make some spaghetti ice.
Did someone say spaghetti ice? All right. Thank y'all very much, folks. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Well, folks, that was Josh and Chasidy. Great couple. It was they're a lot of fun. Again, I would love to be on here for another 5 hours, but I don't want to step on anybody's toes on their live stream. Not step on their toes, but just be respectful, because whoever's live now, just go over to them. I just want to finish my chat, so in my mind that I know it's done. So thanks, Matt, for doing that. And if you would help me, it is a project that I'm working on. Just list 3 places. 2 minutes or less. I already have some videos, and every one of them has been outstanding. So just go ahead and do it. And if you got any questions, let me know. Barrelland, what do I call you now? Putin is certain it was right. Yes, high risk right now, but it's a crazy world we live in. Oh, McB, yeah, there we go. You're saying hi. You mean last weekend when you planted to a staircase in the middle of the winter? Yeah, they'll do that in Munich. Frankfurt, you take you straight to the gate. Munich does too, but it depends on the traffic, on the air traffic. That's for sure. Taco journey is about 30 minutes. Yes, absolutely, Troy. Knuckle in. I saw pictures of my cousin to look at all those shoes and frozen. Yeah, it's sobering, Michael. I appreciate you very much, and we're going to make sure your video is played in that project. So absolutely. And again, I will not get offended. Y'all want to go ahead to someone else's live stream? Like I said, I just want to finish these before I leave. Be glad to stay here, but someone's live. Stop by and tell them I sent you, whoever that may be. Okay. Yeah, Nick, very, very moving. That's for sure. Okay, yeah, good deal. Hey, Lillian, how's it going there? And I'll make sure to talk to Josh and say, make sure you check out all the chats as well. We'll definitely do that. Troy, Duck Country has a place not to miss. Yes, for everybody, without a doubt. Hello, Lily. There we go. All right, look here, Danny. Oh, everybody's saying hi. Oh, Dan. Well, hello. How are you? All right, we're gonna clip on through here. Shouldn't be too far behind. I say that, and I got 5 miles of stuff here. Hello, V. Destination Fun. Wow. Hey, if you're still here, hello. So glad you're here. I'm so glad everybody's here. Oh my goodness. And but I'm so glad to meet you. You and Shanta's Travel. That is awesome. Great folks. That's what I love about YouTube, guys. There's so many great people out there, and we just met new ones. Sherry and Shanta's Travel and all that good stuff. So it's really hanging with the chef. Hey, buddy, how's it going? How you doing? Now this man here has 2 channels too. Good stuff. How are you, V? Michael Hand with Station Stuttgart. Close to look. Oh, okay. Now, well, I know Stuttgart, the home of the Mercedes, right there. They have a big Mercedes museum there too. Stuttgart's a very nice city. I love that place. I love every place in Germany. Absolutely. Is on everyone's must see. Yeah, that's true. That's true, or it should be. I would like to pick one of them. I guess I'm following you. Oh, Troy, that'd be awesome. That's a pretty good idea, Troy. That's a pretty good idea. I was third Infantry Division. Of course, they're Fort Stewart now, Fort Stewart and Hunter. But I did that with third ID and before YouTube, so it's not filmed or anything. But I'll do it again. Thanks for serving. Yay. Very welcome, V. Absolutely. Back. All right. The Eagle's Nest near me. Yep. The Eagle's Nest. Yeah. It's not too far. About 2 hours away. Right in Berchtesgaden, right there on the edge of Austria. Beautiful place. I've taken people there to the Eagle's Nest. If you never heard of the Eagle's Nest in Germany, you can Google Eagle's Nest Germany, or if you want to go in further detail, Google's Eagle's Nest Berchtesgaden. In fact, I have videos on that of going up in Berchtesgaden. I don't like 5 or 6 of them up there, but I don't know how many times I've been there. I've been there a bunch, but it's cool. I love the Green Hearts. It's not easy to so that's right, Nick. That's right. I agree. Yes, Nick. Yeah, no doubt it will. So, yeah, that's right, B. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we gotta, think about what we say, because it's not all the Russian people. It's not. But we say that with anything. We say that with anything. But I swear to describe it. I was good, Nick. I was good. I let Josh describe it, and I just add a little bit of tip. I didn't even add the tidbits on it. I just said we did it and got playlists. So I should get a thumbs up for that, right? I'm just kidding. Meg, here we go. Yeah, I have a history of explaining what spaghetti ice is, and if you like to hear that history, make sure you check out my playlist of spaghetti ice, and then you'll know what I'm talking about. And this is kind of cool. One person in my a couple people that are in my one of my videos is one of the dancers of Blame It on the Rain, Millie Vanilli. She's in the video. I met her eating spaghetti ice in Oberammergau, Germany, back in, was it the June trip or September? It was September trip in Oberammergau, Germany, and awesome people, man. Awesome. Yeah, I met so many people, not only on YouTube but out traveling. We're out traveling, and that's the thing. When you're traveling, talk to folks. Don't sit there like a bump on the log. Talk to folks. Introduce yourself. You never know who in the world you're going to meet. I mean, I met the original dancer of a Milli Vanilli on that song, Blame It on the Rain. And who would have thunk that? I said thunk. I think my ticker will be better than. Oh, yeah, I hope so, Blaine. It will. I want to go up. Snissel? Does someone say Snissel? Spaghetti. Meg, thank you, Meg. Appreciate that. There's my playlist right there, guys. If you want to check it out, it's right there. Kudos to Meg for doing that. We'll meet you in there. Oh, let's go, V. Come on. Get Steve. Let's go. Come on. We'll cruise. Are you in? Are you in? I'm going to try and get some spaghetti hamburger Munich after closing winter or something. Nick, if you go back to, I don't know if you go back to Munich or not, but there are shops that are open. There were 3 of them around that same area where you were walking. They were closed, but I found some that were open. So let me know if you're in Munich again, and I'll send you the info. I just found that out a couple hours ago, actually. Troy says, let's go. Let's go. Yeah, we're going BV. Let's see. All right, no Drake USA Canada flights available in Hamburg. Yeah, not in Hamburg. I mean, you tell me. All right, Darren might be watching this week. Hey, you never know. You never know. He's on my Instagram too. I do have an Instagram channel. It's called Magger Germany. I had to shorten the name because of other issues, but if you look under Magger, if you just put Magger, Magger, and spell out Germany with Darren, you'll find my Insta. Or just go to my channel and hit the Instagram little doodad thing on the thing, the banner. I can't think today. Have a great weekend, all. Yeah, you too. Yep, probably sleeping. What an awesome guy, though. The thing is, we only spent like 5 minutes together, and it felt like a lifetime because it was cool. I got a picture on my wall right above me up here of him and I holding that spaghetti ice. Oh man, that was great. Check out my video on well, it's spaghetti ice, and you'll see Dario Fontanella on there, so it's cool. Yeah, there's Moonlight Adventures link as well as wrestling. Talented folks. You guys open shop early, you might be right. Oh, see, there we go. Fresh. Did somebody say fresh? Oh, yep. So thank you for. Oh, hey, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. And since you're here, I hope that you're reading all the stuff in the chat. I couldn't get all this done in 1 hour because blah 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 blah. Anyways, I appreciate y'all being up here, and it was an honor to have y'all. And you're welcome up here any time. So absolutely get better. There we go. Down our cruise is at 10 o'clock tonight. And 18 minutes. 17 minutes. 17 minutes. Yeah. Thank you. Who said that? Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. There's a link. And I had to lay down. It'd be okay. I said, yeah. I've been praying for you, man. Yeah. Thanks, Kelly and Tammy. That was so cool. Did you ever call that tow truck? Just curious. But thanks for putting that link up there. I really appreciate that. I find it funny. All the old people in Germany that run shops, they love it when they hear America's first say, Ich liebe Deutschland. That's awesome. That's right. And what that means, folks, is I love Germany. That's what he's saying. Ich liebe Deutschland. I love Deutschland. I love Germany. So that's really cool. Made so many good friends for YouTube. Yes, my plan. Absolutely right here. Hey, good night, Will. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you being here. Thank you, Meg. I appreciate that. I appreciate the encouragement. We all need encouragement, and I appreciate that. We had great guests tonight. I met a law professor from Vienna on the train the other day just by talking. That's right. You got to talk to folks. Go back to Munich. Saturday this trip. I fly from Hamburg to Dublin on Monday. Okay, but hey, that just means the next trip, Nick. Yeah, this should be a nice. You have a look. Make sure you look. Okay. And in fact, Nick, don't bother about looking. I'll do the research for you, and I'll send you what I find to send you to. How's that? Okay. Let me write this down before I forget it, because if it's not written down, it didn't happen. So, Ice Nick in Hamburger Land. Hamburg. There we go. Good night, all my friends and family. Hey, Kelly and Tammy, thanks for being here. Thank you for being here so much. A lot of blame. I had a great grandmother who was born in Hamburg in 1907. Spend all day tomorrow, Sunday. Hi, how cool is that? That is great, Nick. That is great. That is outstanding. All right, folks. Well, I'm going to go ahead and close out. I got 16 minutes before we go see the Down Under Cruisers. What a great couple right there, too. And so I'm going to go take care of business for a couple minutes, revamp my drink, my water, and I look forward to next time. And don't forget my project that I'm working on. Okay, it doesn't have to just because I say 2 minutes doesn't have to be 2 minutes, but put a video just saying 3 places that you would like to see. And I've had people say, "Well, I don't know nothing about Germany." Well, that's the point. A lot of people they don't think of Germany as a tourist as a destination to go, but once they do realize it's like, wow, I didn't know this was here. I don't know how many people I say that I've taken over there. I didn't know Germany was like this, and now they're going to Germany all the time. That's a good feeling right there. But if you just put 3 of your places that you would like to go to, if you don't know where, you Google places, Google things to do in Germany. I got a couple of videos on things to do in Germany too, but there's an array. So I'm going to encourage you to check everybody's Germany videos out of there, and it'd be cool to do it. It could be 4 seconds, you know what I mean? But it doesn't have to be 2 minutes, but you have up to 2 minutes. Hope that makes sense. And then just send it to me by May 1st, and I'll make sure that it will be collaborated together in the final project there. So, so good night. Hey, good night, Carol. Thanks for being here, Michigan Carol. I appreciate that. Oh, thanks, Meg. Thank you, Meg. What would I do without you? On my other channel, I'm going to have a. What date is that? If you go to whatever floats my boat with the Twist channel, you'll see when I'm coming up for Helping Hands for Cruising YouTube-a-thon, cruise-a-thon. We're gonna be on. We're gonna help people that cruises and all that stuff, and check it out. You'll see it there. But down under the cruise, there they got both links right there. Man, you're on the ball, Meg. Absolutely. I'm recording my video. Yes, Nick. It came out right in front of the. Well, I can't tell. Good night, Blaine. All right, folks. I'm going to leave with a quick video, and then after that video, I'm going to say Dankeschön, tschüss. All right, that sound good? All right, well, here it goes. Howdy, folks. Heading out of Schweinfurt. Got to take my buddy back to the airport, flying out of Frankfurt. We had a great time in Schweinfurt. It was a short time in Schweinfurt, but it was a great time in Schweinfurt. Always good to be back. And anyways, I'm just looking forward to my next trip. When will it be? I have no idea, but hopefully it will be soon. Many changes in Schweinfurt, especially since I was a soldier there in Schweinfurt. But it's cool to see the changes in progress. But at the same time, reminiscing is also awesome too. So if you ever get a chance, if you've been in the military and you want to go back to Schweinfurt, check it out. If you haven't been in the military, come check out the city of Schweinfurt. You'll absolutely love it. It's a nice, quaint little town, great food, and great spaghetti ice. So until then, I will talk at you later. I have one more day here in Germany, so you maybe hear from me one more time. But until then, I'll see you later. Dankeschön, tschüss! Love you guys. Y'all have a good one. 1, 2, 3. Dankeschön, tschüss! Oh, yes, Bob. The Down Under Cruisers. Here we come. Magnificent Germany raid. Tschüssis.